Yoga Vasistha, let us begin with this stotra. You can repeat after me. Dikkaladi Anabachinna Ananta Chinmatra Murtaye Swanubhuti Ekamanaya Nama Shantaya Tejasi. In the last Sunday we were discussing that Samastam Khalu Idam Brahma. That is the way the Guru is teaching to his disciple Sri Ramchandra. Everything is nothing but that Brahman. And Sarvam Atma Agatam. Aham Anya Idam Cha Anyat Iti Akhandam Na Khandaya. It don't make it parts. The Guru Vasistha is teaching Sri Ramachandra, don't make it the different parts. Don't see different. It is all one. That is the ultimate Hinduism. Hinduism takes us from different paths. And there are so many varieties, and slowly, ultimately it reaches to that one. Those who are following the Hinduism, or trying to understand Hinduism, studying Hinduism, ultimately it is the one. But there are so many varieties. The paths are different. Why? For the preparation. Here, in the Yoga Vasistha, that the book that you are studying, is the last part almost. After a few months it will be over. Here, it very clearly mentioned, it is that one. Samasta Khalu. Khalu means truly. And giving the emphasis, there is no other chances to discuss about it. This is perfectly the one. Samastam, everything. Khalu, idam Brahma. Now what is this Brahman? Again it says it is all consciousness. The consciousness that is all pervading, consciousness that is present in everything, the consciousness without which nothing can survive. Without the consciousness, everything is dead. But we can understand the consciousness in the living beings. We can understand consciousness that is in the human being and animals and all. But we don't like to think that consciousness is there in these woods, in the stone, in everything. But it is there. Only manifestation is less. When the manifestation is less, we think, oh, it is not conscious. But it is. So that is the reason that it says that Samastam Khalu Idam Brahma, Sarvam Atma Agatam. All objects are verily the self. Now he says, O Rama, never ever thought that I am separate. Aham Anya. Anya means separate. Aham I am separate. Idam, like this, Anyat iti, and others are also separate than me. Never ever thought in that way. Akhandam na khandaya. Don't break the one in many. This is very difficult to follow. This is the ultimate truth, of course, but very difficult to follow. Why? Because we are born because of our selfishness. We are all selfish. We have some desires. And to fulfill that desire, we take birth. And when we are taking birth, our main goal is to fulfill those desires. It may be good, it may be bad, it may be whatever. The desires are there. And because of those desires, we are taking different type of forms, different family we are choosing. Not that all the time human family, sometimes the animals, the birds, the reptiles, different type of lives we are choosing. And that from there, when we are learning the that everything is one and everything is consciousness, then obviously it takes a great leap to reach over there. And this mind, which is full of selfishness, cannot understand that. And that is the reason we have to purify our mind, raise our mind above the selfishness. I and mine, that is the whole thing going on in this whole world, I and mine. Above that we cannot think of. And when we think of that we are, then we are Hindus, then we are a group. So we are Hindus, we are united, we are good, we are all the time best. And we are Muslim, we are Christian, we are Buddhist, we are this, we are that, and so many varieties. Again, it is not the small, little bigger, but still within that limit is there. So we have to break that too. And we can imagine it is so difficult, so hard. Now, Guru Vasistha, the who realizes Brahman, obviously, when we can understand it is so difficult, then the question comes, who realizes Brahman? And in reply, the Guru Vasistha says, Yadaiva Brahmano Rupam Tatam Buddham Akhanditam Tada Bistirna Samsaraha Parameshwaratam Gataha. This is the 17th verse of the 10th chapter, Yoga Vasistha Sara. The whole Yoga Vasistha we are not reading. It's a big book because of lot of stories are there. Sometimes we are just mentioning, but mainly the philosophical things we have taken, and one of our Swamiji, he has made that Sara. Sara means the gist of it. Then who has realized Brahman? One who realized Brahman as the all-pervading, undivided reality. He then only can see that the whole, this self, the supreme, this world, this universe is nothing but the same. To the realized soul, all become one and not two. Only for that person. So this is the ultimate knowledge. Sometimes it's called tattva, and sometimes you'll find it's mentioning tattva. So what is that tattva? The one of our Swamiji, his name is Tattva Mayananda. Ananda, everyone is Ananda, and his name is Tattva. What is that Tattva? This truth. What is that truth? It is one and not two. And what is that one? Consciousness. It says, Yadaiva Brahmano Rupam Tatam. Tatam means all-pervading. And whenever we think of the all-pervasiveness, that is the problem. We try to think the all-pervasiveness with a limited instrument. That is our mind. Our mind is this much we can focus. It cannot go to everything. Sometimes you get a message. You cannot open it in your phone because that machine, the phone, is not having that capacity. But if you open the computer, you can see that. Like that, when we try to visualize the all-pervading consciousness, the Brahman, with a limited mind, we fail. And then we think, oh no, it is not there. Because I tried, I could not see. Understanding this our rishis, they have introduced the duality. We always discuss that. What is the duality? Duality is just to prepare our mind to understand non-duality. Non-duality is the ultimate. But without preparation, without making us ready for that purpose, if we try to realize that, if we try to understand that, it will be very difficult. It is impossible. So the preparation is necessary. Here, we will come to that. The preparation through knowledge. In Hinduism, they always say mainly two different paths. One is Dvaitik, duality, and non-duality, knowledge, jnana. The one is bhakti, another is jnana. And there is dhyana and karma. Dhyana and karma, it is in both. In duality, what they do? They pray, they fast, they cook for God, they prepare garland, flower garland for God. And all those emotions that they are having, they express that, utilize that, those emotions for God realization. Thinking God is outside, God is this object, and we have to go and realize them. We are separate, God is separate. I have to travel, I have to go, I have to reach over there. This is the duality. But when the non-duality comes, it's completely different. This is the one only, and ultimately it is you. So you cannot blame anyone. You cannot go and pray to anyone. You cannot depend on anyone. It is completely you. It's so difficult. And that's why you'll find that the Vedanta is practiced in the West than in the East. Though it developed in the East, it developed in India, but still, because of the socio and the economical conditions, those people became dependent. Psychologically, they're dependent on many others. And obviously, it is our mind. We trained up depending on others. Oh, I have to go to him to get some this, to that, like this, like that. This is the problem. But here it is all independent. Slowly, of course, it is coming all over the world. You need not to go to any officer for getting the favor. Well, that is his job. Online you can just book, you can get the result. Previously we could never think of it. We had to go, even purchasing a railway ticket, you need a recommendation. If you have a recommendation of a political person, then you get the ticket immediately booking. Why? I can remember that this thing happened. I was in Andaman and one lady came. She was from France, but she knew to some extent the English. She was a tourist. She was touring over there. Every evening she used to come and sit in my office. Some of the devotees, like here, they will be coming and will be discussing, mostly in Hindi, sometimes in English. And Hindi part, she was not understanding, but she was quietly sitting every day. After 2-3 days, then I asked, ma'am, you don't understand what we are talking, but why you are here? Then she said, see, I feel good coming over here, though I don't understand, but I can understand that you people are discussing something good. And moreover, I don't have any other place to go. And you know, Swami, I came here with a limited budget and I booked the hotel for this many days. Now I am not getting the ticket, the air ticket to go back to the mainland India. And I am in a great problem. I don't know what I will do. I will plane ticket? Yes. There, at that very moment, that the station officer was there. Indian Airways, that officer was there. They used to come and visit. So I told him, this is the manager of that place. I told him, can't you help? He looked at me like this and said, ask Hart to come and meet me tomorrow. Then he left. Then she told Swamiji, I am going and meeting this gentleman every day. If she could put me and can give me a seat, then why he has not given it? Why I needed a recommendation from you the moment you say it and it is done. How it is and why it is, I don't know. Maybe you have to go back the pages of history because the dependency is always, demand is more, supply is less. Obviously, in between those people who are sitting, they always take these chances. So that is all problem. But here it is not. The Vedanta is not depending on anyone. Not even the Guru, not even the God. That is Vedanta. We talk about Vedanta. Vedanta is very, very strong. Vedanta never depends on anyone. It will never blame anyone. And here we have the opportunity to blame at least God. Oh God, we were worshipping you for 3-4 years, and I was taking your name, I was putting the lamp in, and now I am not getting any result. What is it? I will change. I used to worship the Ganesha, I will change now to Kartikeya, something. So we have the options. In the duality, there is a chances are there. I change. But in Advaita, there is no chances. It is only you, depending on you. So when we are reading this, it sounds, oh, everything is Brahman, that much. No, it is not. It is not that easy. It's completely different viewpoint. Yadaiva Brahmano Rupam Tatam Buddham Akhanditam. Buddham means realized, Akhanditam, undivided. Or Khanditam, Khanda means divided. Or negative, Akhanditam, undivided. And Tatam means everywhere. All pervading consciousness. There is not a single place, anywhere, anything which is not conscious. So that we have to understand. Maybe the present day science is slowly understanding it. Everywhere the consciousness. And tada bistina, whilst that spread the samsara. Then when you realize that, then what is this samsara? Samsara, different varieties of things that we see. And where it will go? It is depending on that only. So that is tada bistina samsara parameshwaratam gataha. The supreme absolute thing, that is the realization. One who realized Brahman as the all-pervading, undivided reality, then only this vast universe is perceived as the Supreme Self. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he told to his disciple Vivekananda, Narendranath, and he said, I saw these utensils that I use for the worship are conscious. I saw this temple made of stone is conscious. And this image, the goddess image, conscious. I saw that cat and the lady standing over there, conscious. I saw the sky, I saw this everything conscious. I looked to me, conscious. There was nothing but consciousness. And the young Naren, he was not ready to understand that, to accept that. He came and started laughing. Oh, everything is conscious, everything is God. How that can be? I am walking on consciousness. I am conscious and this floor is also conscious. So it's so difficult to understand. And here it says, who has realized the Brahman? Like Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. The consciousness everywhere. That's why the behavior changes. But Paramarthika and Vyavaharika, there are two words are there. Paramarthika, ultimate reality, ultimate knowledge. And Vyavaharika, when we are experiencing the day-to-day life, that type behavior. Now you go to a doctor, and you are the President of America. You go to your personal doctor, and the doctor will touch you, he will open, he will see what is there, sometimes maybe an operation. The doctor will be doing that. But this is Paramarthika. I am giving the example of Paramarthika. Ultimately, the doctor can touch the body of the person, physical person of the President of America, though you are not supposed to. But even the doctor is allowed because he has to do that. Maybe an operation is going on, all that. But after the moment that the person gets down from the operation table and he is walking as a president, the doctor is not allowed to go near to him. And maybe from the distance he'll be talking or sometimes in person, but with great respect. And when the president was in anesthesia, he was not knowing what is happening. The doctor was going on, beating his body. Oh, this is so like that it was going on. Then afterwards, that is called Paramarthika and Vyavaharika. Oh, this is the President of America. I am not supposed to go near him. All the protocol you have to maintain. So here also, the person who has realized the Brahman, all-pervading Brahman, everything, the conscious, then what he will do? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna says, after that, mostly the ordinary soul, after realizing that, is so much overwhelmed. He cannot eat, he cannot drink, he cannot sleep, he cannot do anything because of so much the joy. And by that way, he dies within 21 days. That is Sri Ramakrishna mentioned. He dies like a dry leaf. His body falls because body needs food, body needs water, body needs everything. As because he can't. For him there is no consciousness. I am body, I have to eat, I have to sleep. He forgets that. And within 21 days he dies. It is only the great souls, even after that, they behave normally. Like Vivekananda, he came here, he gave the lecture and he did everything. He was organizing everything, he was going on. And sometimes he'll be going and visiting our Lincoln Park in Chicago, and sitting on a bench, looking at the vast water, and then going into the samadhi, forgetting the body. These both are going on, and that is only very, very rare, very rare. Now the majority of the people, majority means that number is also very less. Those who are really realizing, they realize it at the fag end of their life. So after their realization, they are dead. And very few, that's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said that Ishvara Koti, he has given the particular term, Ishvara Koti. They are the divine, they are gods. So they are surviving in this world only to preach people, to show people the pure life. All those that we see, they are that great. The Vivekananda, that great. And when we read the Vivekananda, his biography, some people, they go on criticizing why Vivekananda, being a sannyasi, was having a court in America without court. What will happen? Now, this type of people, they have to find out some fault. So they find out something. They can't see anything good. So that way they always behave. But what is this? Vivekananda, when he looks at the people, he can't see any difference. Some people took him in Cairo, in Middle East, and they by mistake entered into a particular place which was not good. So they immediately realized and told Swami, come back. But Swamiji, he was as if possessed, and that divine form, he was moving towards those ladies and telling, oh my mother, what happened to you? Why you are in this form? And the ladies, some of them, they came, they started kissing his shoe, and then, in their own language, they were shouting, this is the Messiah has come, and to give us the light. And some people some ladies couldn't look at him. So they were closing their eyes and running back to their room. The whole hell, we can say, that was converted, transformed into heaven in the presence of this Brahmagyani. The Brahmagyani, when manifests that, completely it can transform. And Swami Vivekananda was telling, if I want, I can change the mind of anyone. The shape of the mind, his thought, anyone, I can do, but I won't do because it is his karma, it is her karma, they should continue. And according to the rule of the system, they should go. So this is called Brahmagyani. And what happens? They don't see any difference. They see no difference. When one of our Swamiji was passing through a Bengal village called Murshidabad, it was 130-40 miles away from Calcutta, he was walking. In those days, mostly they used to walk. So when he was walking, going towards the north, and he passed through that place, and it was all children, they came running to the Swami for food. Then he was thinking, what happened to these people? He sat and prayed to Thakur, why you have brought me over here? Why these children are suffering? What am I to do? I am supposed to go to Himalaya for practice meditation. Now I can't move seeing the plight of these people. Even the children can't eat having a little morsel of food. Then what is this mercy that we talk about? Then the God told, I took you over there to serve them. And he started serving, this is the Ramakrishna mission, Hindu sannyasi, first started serving a Muslim girl. A little girl, she broke the container and the Swami was having little money. By that, he purchased the container. The girl was profusely crying. What has happened to you? Now, I broke this earthen pot and we don't have any second one. Where we will keep our drinking water? Mother will beat me. Then the Swami told, come, I will purchase a second one for you. And by that way, he started the relief work. Ramakrishna Mission started serving people without caring for religion or language or status, nothing. Why? Swami Vivekananda, he wrote to Vivekananda, am I doing the right thing? Vivekananda, hero's work. I am with you. Whatever money I can collect from here, I will send you and serve each and every one without caring for religion or language or caste or creed. And that is called Vedanta. Vedanta in practice. We talk about Vedanta. We give wonderful talk and say, hey, don't come, don't touch. So you all go to hell, but I am talking Vedanta. Oh, all are good. All are one. No hypocrisy. This is called Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda's Vedanta. Vedanta means one, the consciousness everywhere, but that consciousness is present in everything. How can we differentiate these, and these? How can we? Ishavashyamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. This everything that we see in this world is nothing but this consciousness that the Lord, it is covered. And that is Hinduism. We can never become narrow. So this is what the teaching we are learning from Guru Vasistha. And he said, the self alone is the sole aid for the realization of the Supreme Self. The self alone is the only aid for the realization of the Supreme Self. Now what is this self? Mind. What is the Supreme Self? That consciousness that is Brahman. Or the realization, one's own self by oneself is the only course. You have to help yourself. How? Through your mind. What is your mind? So very, very wonderfully, step by step they have taught. Mano eva manushyanam karanam baddha mokshaya. The mind is the cause of our suffering. The mind is the cause of our joy. The way you think, that's all. So this is the way we have to understand. Our mind is the only instrument which can help us to realize God. But what is this mind? Full of selfishness. And what is this mind? Full of ego. And what is this? So that is the problem. Then how can I utilize this mind to realize the dirty water I am using to wash a clean vessel? The vessel will also be dirty because I am using the bad thing. I am using my mind for the purity. The purity means unselfishness. And what I am using? My mind. What is that? Full of selfishness. The mind has full of selfishness and going to realize unselfish. How it is possible? And in the other Upanishads also we find they are telling that if your mind is your friend, blessed you are. If your mind is your enemy, oh God save you. And you can find that some people, they will go on thinking, no, I am suffering. Where you are suffering? Everything is all right. No, I am suffering. I know I am suffering. That man, see, he is looking at me, actually is criticizing me. Like that, they will go on imagining and suffering. It's so difficult. Those psychiatrists, all these doctors, they are there to help them, but I don't know how much they can help. They give them some medicine to sleep mostly, so that no reaction is there, but that is not the cure. The cure is yourself. The mind, we have to say to our mind, I am not going to suffer. The other day I was telling one family came, I was telling, what is the goal? To be happy. Why you have come from far away place to visit Chicago? To be happy. You go to see these Navy Pier and these and that, and you are becoming happy. If you are not happy, then what is the use of spending so much of money to visit this beautiful city? Chicago is neat and clean. Chicago is well organized. Chicago this, Chicago that. All people are coming and they are visiting. Why? To feel happy. Those who are living in the Chicago, they are also happy seeing the visitors. Oh, see our city. Our city, we are proud of this. And all the base thing is happiness. Now, if I am not happy, then what is the use of visiting? So ultimately it is the happiness. And who is going to be happy? Myself. And if I start thinking I am not happy, oh so much of sun, oh so much of sound, oh so much of people, oh so much of... then you are not happy. Unnecessarily we are creating our own problem. That is why our scripture that always helps us to understand our own mind. Urdharet atmana atmanam na atma avasadayet. In Bhagavad Gita and also Upanishad it says, Urdharet atmana atmanam. You have to help your mind to go beyond the suffering. You have to help. And no one else can do. You have to help. The Urdharet atmana atmanam na atma avasadayet. Don't be dejected all the time, morals. No. The world is full of joy because it is only the joy is remaining. If I am alone, no one nearby, I am happy. And if I am with people, with the mass, so many people are there, no problem, I am happy. So that way I have to train my mind. We will come to that. And the Guru, he is asking Sri Ramachandra, see, you have to realize the pure consciousness. How? Through your mind. Now he is telling, you know Rama, what is the mind, your mind, the human mind type? There are a lot of things. I am only taking the words that he has used for the mind, and then explanation I am not giving because it takes a long time. Then he is telling, the Guru is telling, O Rama, this mind is like a tree rooted in the body. He is telling that this mind is like a tree rooted in the body. Rooted means without the root, the tree cannot survive. And tree survives with what? Nourishment and all that, the mind. What the mind is doing, it is collecting information and feeding the root, and then it is a tree. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful car. Who brought the information? My eye. And the eye brought the information, feed it to the mind, and mind started thinking, I need a car like that. Now, desire. And how to get that car? I have to get something, and then these, that. All the activities started only with that. So the mind is like a tree rooted in the body. And this body of ours, is inert, so to say. So we have to be careful about the mind. Second, he says, "O Rama, this mind is like an elephant, wild, roaming in the jungle." And if you have seen the elephant roaming in the jungle, I was in Arunachal, I had good luck or bad luck, whatever. So I have seen so many elephants and roaming in the jungle, careless, and they'll be destroying everything. When the elephants are passing, if they eat some of the leaves of the trees, then no problem. Even if they are coming to they used to come to our plantain garden. If they eat the plantains, one or two trees, no problem. No, they will eat one and destroy everything. And that is the mind. Our human mind is also just like that. We need this much only, but we want this. We need little. How much food will you eat? But you go to anyone's house, open the freeze, the whole shop is there. So much we want. In our ashrama also, we are 2%, we are having 4 the freezers, a refrigerator. And so much. It is like the elephant. It will eat little. It needs something. 1 or 2 trees are sufficient, but it will destroy the whole forest. So it is roaming, and the mind is just, see how the Guru Vasistha, giving an example, what is the mind? Is a tree. Tree, it is nourishing, and then he is giving. What is that nourishment? Is a desire. And what the desire, after the desire, what happens? Fruits. So what are the fruits? Sometimes happiness, sometimes misery. It goes on like that. So it is the tree. Then the elephant. Then there is the crow. Why the crow? It always takes the filth. And crows will always enjoy the filth. Have you heard that person? Why he is suffering? You know why? And the people are gossiping constantly about others. And hold the newspaper full of that. I was telling someone, we had a beautiful the program, the uniting different type of religions together, hand in hand, we were walking. We invited local newspapers and the media. None of them came. They are not interested. And if you then they will be asking, anything happened over there? That means if anyone comes and shoots all of us, you need not invite them. They will come and immediately all they will report. And all national level newspapers, if somebody has eloped somebody's wife, and 4 or 5 days, every day, and from different angle picture, they will put crow, filth only. They can't. The mind is, and why do they print that? Because the public, they like it. People, they like it. If you give all good newses, people say, what happened? Oh, that Babaji came. Acha, okay. And they are what? Oh, they are meditating. Okay. So I am not purchasing. But if there is something bad, people will jump and pounce on that. And they need that. They will read. That's why they are printing, they are publishing. So what is our mind then? It's like crow. Vasistha is telling, is always they enjoy the negative filth thing. It's like the ghost. Always, the ghost, what they do? The ghost is like, they don't know what actually they are doing. There is nothing is there. It is imagination. But still we think it is there. That is called the ghost. And always unsatisfied. That is the ghost, always unsatisfied. This is our mind. We have got so many things, but still we are not satisfied. This is the problem. I was telling that family. Now, the Swamiji, what will happen if my son goes away? And he is going to go away. Because you have given the education, and then he is going to settle because of the knowledge that he has acquired, then he will get a job, and job cannot be all the time near your home. The son will go away. Now you also shift over there. And no, you stay over there. After one block, we'll be here. And every Monday, every day we will go. What you have cooked, what you have eaten, have you slept well? Have you? Then, at 28, 30 years, young man, how he will feel? Affection of the mother is necessary, but that too has a limit. Now, why you have purchased that? Oh, my red color. So much so, like a ghost is going on, chasing constantly, making both the lives the problematic. See, so practical thing. The mind is like a ghost. I have done my duty as a father, as a mother. Now it is yours. And like the birds, this Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna giving the example. When the birds are little tiny, the mother and the father will bring the food and feed them, and slowly, slowly, when they are grown up, the moment they will observe that they can fly, they have the strong wings, the mother will push that baby bird to fly. In the beginning it will fall and then immediately spread the wings and enjoy the flying. So that is the way you have to. So what is the ghost? We always imagine, and we suffer. It's like a serpent full of poison. The serpent, what it will do, the snake, what it will do, the full of poison. So don't do that, you have to purify that. So what is the condition of our mind? And with the help of this mind, we have to realize Brahman. So we have to understand our mind, and it is like a monkey. Monkey means apparently sitting quiet, looking like a very, and if you go immediately snatch your glasses and break it. I had that experience, so I am telling you. I went to Vrindavan. I saw a monkey sitting like this, and first we have come to Vrindavan, so naturally the mind was full of Krishna and see all this. And suddenly, flash, I said, what happened to me? Why can't I see clearly? Then I touched, oh my God, where is my glasses? I saw that monkey is sitting over there and trying to eat the glasses. Then one shopkeeper came and told, oh, you like to get it back? Then you have to give me 5 rupee, I have to purchase some banana. In exchange, maybe. Nothing happened. Ultimately, I had to make a new one. At 3-4 days, I was suffering. I couldn't see the temple. So like this. The monkey, apparently it is so quiet and so nice, but immediately we don't know what he's going to do. That's why this is the mind is just like that. You don't know, suddenly something he will do, and then all the problem comes like a monkey. And cloud of ignorance, that is our pride. Cloud of ignorance. We are so egoistic, we are so proud, and constantly we are thinking we are like this, we are like that. So this is the condition of the mind, and we have to tranquil the mind with the help of the mind itself. These are the conditions of the mind. Swami Vivekananda gave only one example, that is this monkey. And now Guru Vasistha is giving so many, I think 7 or 9 these examples of the mind. And we have to take the help of this mind to realize the Brahman. And he said, O Rama, remain at peace within yourself. Samastameva brahmeti bhavite brahmaibe kuman. Pite amrite amritomaya ko namana bhavod iti bhavati iti. He said, one who has realized Brahman, how he thinks everything is Brahman alone. Samasta eva Brahma iti. Samasta eva Brahma iti. Everything is nothing but that Brahman. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said to Swami Vivekananda that traditionally, anyone becoming a monk or a holy person, he is supposed to go and sit and close his eyes. Sometimes he will get up to get some food and again close his eyes. That was the tradition. When the Sri Ramakrishna asked Swami Vivekananda, what do you like to be? And immediately he said, that young man, he said, I like to go deep down into meditation, and then sometimes just to keep my body alive, I like to get up and get some food, and again I like to go in meditation. He was thinking Sri Ramakrishna will be appreciating, oh, that's good, that's good. Exactly opposite. Sri Ramakrishna rebuked him. Oh, fie on you. I was thinking at least you are having some broad mind. Now you are also selfish like that. Then he said, if you can see God by closing your eyes, can't you see God with your open eyes? This is Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda's Vedanta. So when they talk about the Vedanta, what is this Vedanta? I always prefer this. This Vedanta means, and why like this? Of course, you have to go on searching. But the Vedanta in practice, I see God in everything. And when I see my God is suffering, He is not having food, not having education, not having health care, then shall I not try to serve my God with those? That is called the Sri Ramakrishna's Vivekananda's Samastameva Brahmeti Bhavite. You have to think that everything is nothing but that Brahman. And long back I went to give in relief in some part of the Bengal. It was flood relief. So you have to go through the water, and that was really very, very tough. Then when I reached to that village, I found that in a dilapidated home, one little girl, hardly 4 or 5 years, she is peeping through the door. And I was imagining Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to play with the Divine Mother, Ma Kali. And she used to appear as a small little girl and playing with Sri Ramakrishna. I was thinking maybe that Kali has come in this form and looking like that. The moment you think, whole attitude changes. Oh, this is the God. They don't need anything. And just they are playing so that I can serve them. In different form, the God is manifesting. I can serve God by giving food, by giving some clothing, by giving some whatever they need. And I am feeling blessed. Oh, I got the opportunity to help. So that physical, the strain that I took walking in the muddy road, I don't know whether you have that experience. When you're walking the muddy road, the first thing that you have to open your shoe or the whatever you are having, the footwear, that will be in the pocket. So you cannot use that. And then constantly balancing, then you can reach. So if you could walk within an hour, say 4 or 5 miles, you are walking only 1 mile. So strenuous. And thinking that I have to go back the same way. Oh, that was terrible. And that is the way you are serving, but you feel joy. I am serving the living gods and goddesses. Samasta eva brahmeti bhavite brahma vai puman. And then it says, then you have drank the nectar. And you have drank pite amrite. The one who has drank that nectar, what becomes? He also becomes immortal. Amritaiva ko nama na bhavatiti. The one who is drinking that nectar, he is also becoming immortal. Bhavite brahmaiva ko nama na bhavet eti amritamaya. Then Guru Vasistha's teaching his disciple, we will summarize and we will conclude. What the Guru Vasistha is teaching, and it is through the path of knowledge. And the first teaching, it is not duality, it is non-duality, it is the path of knowledge. What is the first teaching? Don't get deluded and attached with the apparently beautiful and bright things of this universe. They are illusory. This is the first teaching. Those who can understand, it is for them. Those who can't, no, it's no problem. Again, Swamiji was delivering a lecture over here in New York. Then one lady told Swami, I can't understand what you are talking. Or you can't, it is not for you. And immediately another lady told, but it is so clear to me, it's so wonderful, so encouraging. Is it? This is for you. So this is the Vedanta that we are teaching. This everything that we see illusory. Illusory means that it is not there. In reality it is not there. Suppose you are not understanding, no problem. It is not for you right now. Slowly it will come. So for those who are understanding it, it is for them. Then second teaching, mind is the only instrument. How we will realize that? Through the mind. Mind is the only instrument through which one can realize the truth, and that is Brahman. So mind is the only instrument. And what is this mind? And it says, the 7 examples that are already given. What is that mind? Be aware that your present mind will behave peculiarly. And the Guru gives 7 examples, like the tree, like the elephant, like the crow, like the ghost, like the snake, monkey, and then the cloud of ignorance. Hence you have to purify your mind. The Shankaracharya is an exponent of the Vedanta, and he said, Manashuddhikaranam. You have to purify your mind. Unless and until you purify your mind, you won't understand. What is the purification? Now, path of knowledge. And if you are purifying your mind through the path of devotion, it will be different. Practices will be different. We are going to the same goal, but path of devotion, it is little different practices. Path of knowledge, what is the practice? Constantly considering that this universe is nothing but pure consciousness. And here is a big story of Uddalaka. Uddalaka was a great sage of the Upanishad. And this Uddalaka, he was wondering why my mind is so restless. Why can't I find peace in my mind? Then slowly, he got the instruction from his guru that look at around, where is the suffering? Everything is consciousness. Everything is so beautiful. In different situations, the same thing is remaining. So that was and what is that? Constantly considering. This is the path of knowledge. Those who are the Jnana Yogi, they don't meditate. The question is, who is meditating? I am not this person. I am meditating. That means duality. It cannot be the path of knowledge. You can imagine so difficult it is. You cannot meditate, you cannot pray. Who is praying to whom? So this is the different, completely different. So the path of this is constantly considering this universe nothing but the pure consciousness. It is only one and it is not two. And the 5th one, it says, teaching, if you became Brahman yourself, you have to realize Brahman yourself by constantly thinking that I am the consciousness. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna says, if you think that you are a sinner, you will become a sinner. But if you think I am a pure person, of course I did some mistake, I am sorry for that, I won't do that, I am not going to repeat those mistakes, but I am pure. I am the son of God, I am the daughter of God, we are the children of God. Amritasya putraha, in the Upanishad they say, Amritasya putraha. This is a great word. Others are telling, oh, you are a sinner, you are a sinner. They said, no, you are the children of immortal bliss. Because the creation that you see is nothing but the different form of that immortal bliss. So you have to constantly, samastameva brahmeti bhavite brahmaive puman. It goes on thinking everything is nothing but the consciousness. Sometimes, even in duality, we teach our students that when you are meditating, first you try to meditate that Ramakrishna or the God which is within your heart, and slowly that God is only sitting, not you. Your face, your head, your hand, your feet, your whole body is nothing but that God Who is meditating? That God. On whom meditating? That God. So this oneness again is also that knowledge. I am meditating on God, but I am slowly forgetting my own that I am so and so, I am meditating, forgetting that I am transforming into the pure divinity. That is true meditation. Then he says, O Rama, when the mind ceases to become the total absence of material existence, when the mind ceases to be because of the total absence of material existence, there is no mind. Mana amana bhavati. In Sanskrit it says, mind become no mind. The very peculiar terminologies. Mind become no mind because we are not thinking. So what is mind? I am thinking, so there is mind. And when in the sleep I go into deep sleep, there is no mind because I don't see the dream. And when I am not seeing the dream, where is mind? There is nothing. So mana amana bhavati. When in the deep sleep I become like that, and when I am meditating, slowly mind will completely forget that I am meditating. There will be only that light. Sometimes we see the light, all pervading consciousness. And where I am, I have forgotten. That wonderful light, I merged into that. And that is called mana amana bhavati. Mind completely ceased to become mind because there is no material existence. And what remains there, the consciousness only exists in its own nature as consciousness, which is known as pure being or Brahman or the Supreme Self. So, O Rama, living like this, constantly inquiring into the nature of the self, attain peace. So what is the path of knowledge? Constantly inquiring into the real nature of the self. This state of consciousness can be attained. Now Guru is giving that teaching in a very nutshell. The state of consciousness can be attained by cultivation of dispassion, study of scripture, instructions of a guru, and by the persistent practice of inquiry. Who am I? How can I be this body, this mind? Persistent inquiry and helping dispassion. I don't want anything of this world, name, fame, nothing. Then the study of the scripture. How can you constantly go on encouraging yourself? The scripture like this, like the Yoga Vasistha and others, and instructions of the Guru. Very practical way the Guru will teach you. Because in the book, in the scripture, it is all teachings are there. But to understand the teaching, you need a Guru. And this is the way you can. So dispassion, study of scripture, instructions of the Guru, and persistent practice of inquiry. Now Rama is asking a question after listening this. And he is asking, O holy sir, there are enlightened one who engage in activities and established one. Again, the discussion that we have already done, the enlightened one, enlightened already, but engaged in activities. Again, enlightened one who isolate and practice contemplation. Of these, who is the better? The answer in next class we will discuss. So who is the better?
Well, Anirban Ghosh is asking, can duality and non-duality be practiced at the same time?
See, of course you can, but actually Ramakrishna Mission is a holistic growth. We if you have seen the symbol of the Ramakrishna Mission, when you go down today, you can see the big symbol of the Ramakrishna Mission. It was drawn by Swami Vivekananda, and there is a snake, that is called a yoga. Then the rising sun, that is the jnana, path of knowledge. Then the wavy water is the path of work. And a flower, lotus, is the path of devotion. So four can be together. So when you are thinking of utilizing the both, why not? Then when you are contemplating, you are judging, you are analyzing, and you are dispassionate, you are following the path of knowledge. And sometimes your emotion, you like to pray, you like to cry to God, that is also good. Why not? Utilize that too. So utilize all your path, all your energy to realize God. Of course, both the paths can be utilized to realize God. But one thing, if you are trying to reach through the path of devotion, you are going to realize God. And there's different stages are there, the 7 stages. But if you are trying to realize that consciousness through the path of knowledge, it will be completely oneness. There is no two. So that differences are also there. But in the beginning, there is nothing wrong. We can practice all. So let us say Shanti 3 times and conclude. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Friends, you may be aware that as because our home of harmony that is now functional, so every Saturday 4 to 5 we are meeting over there, and the hall, the name, the hall of consciousness. So when we go over there and we discuss. Yesterday one lady came and beautifully she discussed on Baha'i, what is the Baha'i religion, what are the practices and all that. It is there in the YouTube, in our Ashtama YouTube, you can see that. But I would request you, possible, come on every Saturday afternoon, not morning, afternoon, 4 to 5. Then there will be little, that snacks and coffee and tea, the meet and greet with the speakers. So every month we will try to invite different religious people to come and talk. So please come over there, come and visit us. Thank you.
Well, the lunch is delayed by 20 minutes.
20 minutes? I don't know. Anyway.
12:30.
So if you can please wait and spend some time over here, do some japa, and then go and read some books in the bookstore. And within 15-20 minutes, that our prasad lunch will be reaching here. I'm sorry, this is the first time, I think. Sorry, okay.
Is it, how do you know whether you're follow Jnana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga? It may be both, you may be doing both.
Which is your path? How we will know which is my path? So that is a very good question. As I was telling, Swami Vivekananda suggested for people like us, we are not specific. So Swamiji told, why not utilize all your energy? Sometimes we are emotional, we go and complain to God, pray to God, and sometimes we are cooking for God, we are decorating God. Use that emotion, why not? And sometimes when you are reading this type of books, Yoga Vasistha and other, so then you are thinking about and analyzing, that is also good. So this is the way always we can go. But that is nothing wrong. And then a time will come from the very strong, when the more your mind is becoming purified, that is the main thing everywhere. The mind should be purified. What is the purification of the mind? Your detachment for this world will increase. Your attachment for this world is the impurity. Detachment for this world is purity. Other things are only supplementary, drinking Ganga water and this, that. But main is you have to detach yourself. And slowly, slowly, the more we grow into spiritual life, automatically we become detached. We get more interest in spiritual talk and others than going to visit and have a party in some relative's house. Oh, okay, sometimes we will come. But today is Sunday, I should go and attend that. Because you are getting interest in it. The more you are getting interest in listening and reading the scripture, that means your mind is becoming purified. Now, when that condition, if you think, oh, when I pray to God, I feel joy, I feel happy. That gives me the real, the joy. So that is devotion is your path. And when you think, no, meditation, that contemplation, not to talk people and all that, giving away the companies, that means meditation is your path, the path of dhyana. And sometimes you feel joy in discrimination. I am not this, I am not this, alone sitting, looking at the sky. People don't understand what you are doing. When a person is meditating, we can understand. When a person is doing the worship, we can understand. But when a person is completely sitting and relaxing as if, but he is going on thinking, I am not this, I am the consciousness. If you feel that that is good for you, that is your path. But in the beginning, we have to try all paths to purify our mind. Thank you. Okay.